Hi everybody and welcome back to my backyard once again. Today we're gonna check out the latest DJI NEO 2 and we're gonna see if it's a good FPV drone first and second if it's a good drone to start FPV with. And before we test it in FPV, I'm gonna give you a couple of quick info in case you have been living under a rock for the last couple of weeks. This is DJI's latest selfie drone. It's also the cheapest one they make and the most versatile. And for only 230 bucks, $30 more than the original DJI NEO, you get a drone that blows it out of the water because finally the camera is usable. It produces a nice quality image, you get a 1/1.2-inch sensor in it, and it has dual axis gimbal, so it's much more stable. It's still not the best image quality I ever seen, but I can see myself using it in YouTube reviews. It doesn't look crappy like the original. Finally comes with a screen in the front so you know what you're doing and you can select many more options on the fly. It has improved propellers that make less noise, and together with the battery you can get around 20 minutes of battery life, which is great for such a tiny drone. But my favorite upgrade of this drone and what makes it probably the best selfie drone out there is that they added a LiDAR sensor in the front as well as dual 360 cameras right here. So it has 360 obstacle avoidance. Finally, a selfie drone that doesn't crash if it's not following you from the back. This drone sees obstacles and avoids them. It's incredible. And just like the original DJI NEO, you can control this drone in three different ways. The first one is the Selfie Drone Mode. And as I already said, it improved so much this year. I believe this is probably the best selfie drone around. The Hover Air Pro Max has a better camera still, the DJI Flip has a better camera, but for the price and for the 360 sensors, I believe this is incredible, especially now that they even added gesture controls, so you can control your drone with the hand and place it wherever you want. It's so convenient, it's so fast, really, it's an amazing selfie drone. You can also connect the drone with DJI Fly on your phone and access more settings and also microphone recording. The second way of flying this drone is the regular drone mode. It flies just like any other DJI drone. You can either manually control it with your phone. With Wi-Fi you're gonna have 100 meters of range at best, or you can use a RC-N3 controller or an RC2 controller, the one with the screen. To use this kind of controllers you need to buy this transceiver, which you have to screw at the back of the drone. This gives you around 7-10 kilometers of range in FCC region with this drone. And it's gonna have more or less the quality of a DJI Mini 4K, which is quite fine for such a cheap drone. And the third way to fly this drone is FPV. You still need to attach the O4 transceiver at the back, otherwise you cannot communicate with the FPV systems. You can use the DJI Goggles 3 or DJI Goggles N3 with this drone. And as an input device, you can use the DJI Motion Controller 3 or the DJI FPV Remote Controller 3. You can buy the drone bundled with the Motion Controller 3 and the Goggles N3 for around 579 bucks. It also includes a couple more batteries and the digital transceiver. If you want to learn FPV the real way, you will need to spend an extra 150 bucks and buy the DJI FPV Controller 3, which is a standardized way of flying drones. And the lessons you learn here will translate to any other FPV drone out there. And as I say every year, it's a shame DJI doesn't include this in any bundle. But of course, I understand as a company they want to earn the most money possible. They know people want this, not this, and they bundle this into the kits. And finally, let's fly. I'm gonna use first the motion controller and then the regular one. The drone comes with a top propeller cage to keep your fingers safe, but if you fly FPV or even regular drone mode, I suggest removing them so you get better airflow and better agility and speed. As the name suggests, this is the motion controller. You fly with one hand, and where you point, the drone is gonna go. You can see the pointer on the screen. You have a trigger, and pressing it, the drone goes forward. It's pretty cool to fly like this. And finally, we have a nice drone with a nice camera. It looks kind of the Avatar one in a much smaller, safer and lighter form factor. The Avatars are not sub 250. This drone is 130 grams, which is, no, 160 maybe. I don't remember, but it's much lighter, it's very safe, and it's gonna be incredible to fly in the backyard. So if you never flew FPV, this mode is gonna be amazing because it's super intuitive. The drone avoids the obstacles for you, and you can see I have a radar on the front of the drone. It automatically ducks to avoid the tree. I cannot go against a tree, I believe. Yeah, it doesn't let me. It's quite the experience. If you never flew anything, probably you're gonna have a ton of fun with this. So I don't totally say it's useless, but it is not gonna teach you anything if you are interested in flying the real FPV. If you wanna use this drone to have fun, absolutely go with this. You're gonna be incredibly satisfied with it. And we are in the slowest mode of them all. I wanted to chase some chicken, but we are kind of close range here. Oh my god, how do I press mode? I am able to navigate even between trees. The drone just slowed down, and I am chasing chicken with the motion controller. It goes slow, it's quite precise. We are getting a nice video of them. Let's see if I can go through this gate, and yeah, it lets me go through the gate, so it's not bad at all. Especially if you're a beginner, you're not gonna crash into stuff, and this is incredible. Sport mode goes quite faster, but you don't have the obstacle avoidance, so you can crash into stuff in this mode. But it will go around 40-50 kilometers per hour at best, which is not bad at all. You can have a ton of fun, it's smooth. You have the dual axis gimbal on this. It's, I would say, maybe even a better experience than the Avata flying with the motion controller. It's stable, flies nice. There is a little bit of wind today. It also comes with head tracking, which is incredible, and another cool experience you can have with this drone. Because while you fly, you can rotate your head and the camera will follow. It looks like being on a plane. The image quality is incredible. I am in 4/3 because you can also reframe it in vertical if you want, but you can use the full 16:9 aspect ratio, and it's another very cool way of flying with the motion controller. You cannot use the head tracking with the regular controller. While flying with the motion controller, you also have access to the easy acro modes on the left of the screen, and this will let you experience a little bit of the maneuvers regular FPV drones makes without the ability required to perform them. The drone makes them for you. So this is the slide, and it's gonna slide left and right. Maybe you wanna orbit something. It's pretty boring, I would say, and it does it even without this mode. Then you have the 180 drift. So you go forward, you press, oh my god, you go forward, wait, you press on the lever, and the drone automatically flips. So maybe you have a subject and you can do a cool transition with it. I don't know if this, no, the sensors don't work in this mode, which is a shame because that's when they should work. But there you go. I hope I don't crash. But this is the 180-degree drift. And lastly, you have the flips. So you press, and the drone performs a flip for you. It's gonna be fun the first 3 times you do that, and then you're never gonna do it again because it's quite pointless. There you go. It's not even smooth at all, so you cannot include it in a video and be cool. It's just gimmicky, but it's nice, it's there. And finally, let's try it with the regular FPV controller. When you buy it, it will have both levers self-centering, so you can learn safely. When you're ready to go into full manual mode, I suggest practicing with the simulator first. You can remove this back panel. There is a screw that unlocks the manual throttle on the left joystick. There are 3 modes to fly this drone: normal, sport, and manual mode. I'm gonna start in normal mode. 16:9 rock steady stabilization. You can disable rock steady and use an external stabilization software called Gyroflow, which does a better job, especially if you record in 16:9. But if you're starting out, you don't want to post-process the image, 16:9 like this, it's amazing. And I'm in love with the fact that in normal mode, the aircraft has the sensors working, so it doesn't let you crash into obstacles. Boom. And even if you go backward, it doesn't let you. And this is maybe even superior to regular FPV drones, because if you wanna chase something backwards like this, even Easy Acro doesn't let you go backwards. I am trusting it, I hope I don't crash. You can see I am not crashing it. This is crazy. You can go backwards with this drone and you have a safety net not letting you crash. It moves pretty slowly. Let's see if I can avoid the trees. No other FPV drone can do this. I have a tree, but look. This is incredible. Now let's go into sport mode. The sensors are not working anymore and the drone goes again 40-50 kilometers per hour. Oh wow! It's pretty stable, the gimbal is working. It doesn't totally feel like FPV, like on the Avata. The feeling is much different because you don't have the horizon leveling, but still it's a nice experience, very tame. The drone does everything for you. If you leave the controller, it hovers. It's really forgiving for beginners and probably the easiest way to jump into FPV for a beginner. And now let's fly in totally manual mode. I removed the rock steady stabilization. We are in 4:3 aspect ratio, so I'm gonna use Gyroflow, which is a much better FPV stabilization. You can see when we go into manual mode, the gimbal stops working and stabilizing the horizon. And if you go slow, it flies just like every other FPV drone. It doesn't feel great, I'm gonna be honest. Feels quite underpowered and a little bit like a boat. It's not super responsive, but we are talking about a very small drone, so I wasn't expecting crazy performance. Let's go as fast as it can. It can go maybe 60 kilometers per hour maximum in this mode, which is not bad. You can see it's struggling a little bit. Let's see. Flips. You can flip it. I'm gonna go away from these trees because I don't want to crash it. Let's try an inverted. Okay, it's a very limited FPV drone. I was not expecting maybe a little bit better than it is. Yes, there is a little bit of wind. It's a light drone. Don't flip it in manual mode. It can teach you a little bit about the manual mode. Maybe you can fly like this, but it's not gonna be an incredible experience. I don't know. I wouldn't trust it too much because it seems so loose that it kind of acts on its own. You see, it's not even descending at the speed. It's not even descending at the speed I want. I don't feel a lot in control of this drone at the moment. It kind of goes on its own. So I appreciate that they kept the manual mode, but it's not, I don't know if it's worth it, really. You can learn a little bit, and when you exceed the limitation of this drone, just buy a regular FPV drone. You already have the goggles, you already have the radio, and just fly with a normal drone is gonna be a much better experience. And this has taught you the basics of flying, so it's not entirely bad. I'm gonna land because I don't wanna crash it. And it's time for my final opinion on the DJI NEO 2. I am very satisfied with it. It still has a ton of cons I'm gonna talk about in a while, but I can say this is a drone worth having. Unlike the original DJI NEO, which last year I told you to skip because I knew DJI was gonna milk the same drone twice. The first year without the sensors and with a crappy camera, and now finally they fixed those issues. And really I believe this is a drone for everybody because it can do everything. It's probably the best selfie drone out there just because it can avoid obstacles. It makes it a carefree experience. Every other selfie drone you have to be careful where you go because it crashes left and right. If you pair it with a regular drone controller, it can record some nice Mavic style images. They're gonna be good for your holidays, for personal videos you post online. And lastly, the same selfie drone allows you to experience FPV flying. I wish it was slightly better, but for a drone that does everything, you can experience a little bit of FPV, you can learn a little bit, but it will not take you very far just because it doesn't fly great. So if you're looking for a drone to learn FPV with, this is probably not the best. If you are not interested in all of the other functions this drone does, probably I will not suggest it to learn FPV. You can buy a DJI Avata 1, a DJI Avata 2 used for probably even less than this drone. They fly much better, they go faster, they record better footage, and they are kind of a better experience. If, on the other hand, you like this drone as a selfie drone, as a regular drone, and sometimes you also want to use it as a FPV drone, it's probably the best out there. And despite being so good, this drone has many shortcomings. I wish they addressed, even by making it $10 more expensive. But first thing first, they upped the internal memory to 49 gigabytes, which is fine. But it doesn't freaking have a SD card slot, which is inexcusable for a drone, because this thing goes far. If you lose it, you lose all of the videos that are stored into it. A SD card slot costs 5 cents to put on the motherboard, and it adds so much functionality that is a no-brainer. I don't know if they are planning to release a pro version of this drone or if they are just keeping the SD card for the Neo 3 next year, but it's just anti-consumer at this point. Another shortcoming of this drone is the form factor and portability and convenience, which is not quite there. I wish it was foldable. I'm not gonna make a fuss over it because it's a nitpick, but it looks quite flimsy, so be careful when you put it in a backpack because it seems like it can snap very easily. The thing I really don't like is the transceiver module. If you use it as a selfie drone, you can remove it, it's fine, but if you wanna use it with other modes, you need to have it, and it's not easily removable. You need to carry a screwdriver, and while you are on the field, you wanna fly, you need to unscrew it, don't lose the screws, and put it away. It's kind of a stupid design, especially with these antennas sticking out, which means you cannot put it in a backpack like this, because the antennas will break if they bend too much. It's a very stupid design. I wish they added quick release clasps on it at least, or made the antennas better. Or even better, integrate the antennas into the arms somehow, I don't know. But this way, I will probably get the drone without the transceiver and just use it as a selfie drone, because I'm not really interested in the other modes, since I have better drones for that. And that's all for today. As always, remember to like, subscribe and comment on this video. Let me know what you think about this Neo 2, what do you think about it as a FPV drone. And as always, if you want to buy something, check out the links in the description below, because clicking on them, you help my channel a lot. Thank you so much, stay safe and happy flying. Bye!